Hey everyone, Gil here at Camppatton Family Compound. I'm down in the coal bunker in the basement, and I've converted it into sort of like a little mini greenhouse down here. So I'm going to go over the stuff I've been planting down here, and then we're going to go outside and we're going to do a tour of what we've planted in the garden so far. And then I got a special message near the end for everybody out there, and it's important. It concerns what's going on in the United States right now, considering the food production system. There will be several links posted down below for videos, and I'll be posting links up here in the corner to certain important videos that you guys really need to check out as well. It's getting real, folks. It's getting seriously real. All right. Well, let's get to doing some planting down here and check out what I already got done down here. Alright, so what I'm doing is got these, can't remember who it was. It's either Living the Dream Homestead or Samson's Farm was talking about these nice cups off of Amazon. The top of them is really strong, sides soft, so you can squeeze them to get them out. But they're really cheap, and they came with 100 cups and 100 of the little labels here. And what I'm doing is I'm going to use this to start some corn, because we're still supposed to have some snow, believe it or not. Sunday night, Monday morning. So that's going to be May 3rd, May 4th. And so I'm going to start some corn down here. I'm just packing it down. So the corn on it says 1 to 1.5 inches. So I'm putting it down 1.5 inches from the top, thereabouts. And I'll put the couple corn kernels in there, and then I will fill it up the rest of the way and fill it up the rest of it with an 1.25 inch worth of dirt. Start getting some corn going. Alright, so there's 14 of them then. I'm going to start pulling the seeds out. I'm wearing the nitrile gloves I get from Sam's Club because it keeps my cuticles from drying out in the dirt and cracking and getting ugly, developing hangnails, and other painful things. So get 2 seeds per cup, and then I will set them in place exactly where I want them. Get enough in there. Seeds on the opposite each other, so they're not close to each other. So if I decide to split it, I can split them, but I'm just probably just going to stick them in the in together. My grandmother told me when you plant corn, you always put the bottom of the kernel down. So, and that's what it looks like. One there, one there. Now, I'm just going to give it a light covering. So I'm just going to dump the loose soil on it and just scrape it off clean, and then get a slight press down. Brings it down 1/4 inch below the top of the lip, and that way I can water it. Then it puts the seeds down at 1.25 inches below the top of the soil. So I got a big bag of the potting mix here. I'm just going to scoop out a bunch. I got more stuff to plant as well, so I'm just going to put a bunch in here and prep it. Fill the bucket about a third of the way, maybe a little close, yeah, about a third, maybe half. As I came up to about half. So right now this stuff here is really dry, and I'm not sure if this is going to show up good here. But that stuff in there is really dry, and it's not good to put seeds in the way it is. So I'm just going to add water to it. See how it mixes up here. So when I first put the water in, yeah, I get some really clumpy and dry stuff, but I just mix it around so that it becomes an even consistency of moisture. Whereas when I go to grab a handful, I can clump it, squeeze it tight and it'll clump together and stay, but if I just flick it, it breaks apart real easy. Go down, I scrape it off the bottom, mix it up here and push it around. I mix it with my fingers like this, open. So it just kind of spreads things around, works it up, nice. Which is another reason I wear the gloves, because otherwise right now I'd be packing the stuff underneath my fingernails. Well, let's give it a compaction test. So take it, squeeze it. Kind of stays together, but it still breaks apart fairly easy, but I can squeeze it and it'll stay like that in my hand. And as I just flick at it, it breaks apart. So that's a fairly good moisture content for starting out doing stuff. Let's finish up the rest of these. Alright, so that tray's done. So I may be able to salvage some footage from before, but if not, I'm just going to go ahead and show you what I got here. So these up here are cantaloupe in here. I'm not sure on this batch here because I forgot to label it. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be cantaloupe or more pumpkins. These here are the pumpkins. These are Giant Max pumpkins. Then I got tomatoes. I'll tell you what type of tomato they are in a minute here. I got borage in these. More tomatoes, same type as that. I got some Swiss chard here. I got some more Swiss chard down here and this one here. And these 2, 4, 6, and these 8, I got sugar baby watermelons. And these here, I got monster watermelons. And then down here, I got more corn just the way I did it. So, and the corn I'm doing is early golden bantam sweet corn. Okay, and so pull out the stuff I've planted here. So the tomato is Big Beef Hybrid. The cantaloupe is Hale's Best Jumbo. Big Max Pumpkin. The watermelon is Garden Leader Monster. Got borage, sugar baby watermelon. And the rest of this is outside, and we're going to go out there and take a look at it, but I'll tell you what they are right now. So I got Bloomsdale long-standing spinach, Grand Rapids tip burn resistant lettuce, Detroit dark red beet, Paris Island cause romaine, and then Danvers carrots. So these are the stuff I've got planted outside. And I got some other stuff here my wife sent up. I got some to try out. I got some what's called she sent me some seeds that she harvested. Cupcake squash, white bush scallop squash, zucchini, winter spaghetti squash. So I got to either check on the date to plant that. Early sugar and pie pumpkin, mini pumpkin 2018 seeds, and mini pumpkin 2019 seeds. So those are the seeds that she harvested from home there. So let's head on outside and we'll see what I did with those raised planter beds from the IBC Totes. Alright, so I'm out here at the back of the shop where I put the gravel down and set up a couple of the IBC Totes. So on this one here is the Grand Rapids lettuce. That one up there is romaine. This one here is romaine. That one up there is the Detroit beet. Over here, and both of these are spinach here. So that's different. Now this one here, I did something because this had the cage on it already. I built a little framework on the top, so when anybody leaning on it, they don't get hurt on those sharp edges of the framework I cut off. And it also gives me something to attach the string to. Now these strings are set up so according to the packages, spacing on them. So that's where I set it up at, and so I know exactly where the beets are supposed to come up, the lettuce, the spinach, and everything. If stuff comes up here in between, I know it's a weed and I pull it. So let's walk over to the other one here. So I still have 4 more here to do something with. 2 of them I'm going to cut down low. Actually, I'm going to cut 2 of them down at this level here, right above this bar here. And the bottom piece I'm going to use for the citrus trees we're going to get. That way I can, because it's shallow enough, it'll weigh it'll have probably about 75 gallons, possibly, about 75 gallons in it there of dirt. I will be able to pick that up with the tractor with the bucket forks on it. Now out here, so this is what I got set up out here. This one here is all carrots. This is yet to be planted. We've got to figure out what we're going to put in this one here. For the barrels that are cut in half, I'm going to be doing a bunch of corn. Put 4 cups of corn in each one, and then possibly some peas in there or beans. That way, if the corn gets up about a foot or 2, we'll plant the peas or beans and let them grow up the corn stalks. My daughter's going to try to figure out something for this one. Probably maybe some of her different type of lettuce or the jumbo spinach she has. She'll probably put it in there. And then I'll have tomatoes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, probably 14 to 16 of these will have tomatoes in them and borage. The borage keeps the tomato hornworms away. And not sure what we're going to put in this one down here. We may put some more lettuce down here. We got to see what's going on and figure out what we got, what we really need, and how we're going to do it. So that's what we've have going on right now. And as we plant stuff, we'll give you updates. But for now, everybody, plant your own garden. If you have a garden, enlarge it if you can. Well, the reason I'm saying this, on the two live streams I've done lately, Wednesday the 28th, I believe it was, on Southern Ohio prepping, Dave and I talked about the fragileness of our chain of supply for food and everything, and what's going on with the truckers and the truck stops and the meat processing plants. And then last night, Friday night, May 1st, we talked about what's going on already with several food banks that are being overrun and running out of food and long lines because people haven't been planning ahead. So if you don't have a garden, start one. If you live in an apartment, check out some of my other videos. The one on greenhouses talked about some of the stuff you can do for indoors planting. I've had several of my other videos where we've talked, and lives where we've talked about ways you can grow plants indoors and get the most out of your space. If you already have a garden, once again, enlarge it. All I was planning on doing this year was just the 55-gallon barrels. That's it. I wasn't planning on doing the IBC totes. And as you can see, I've added a bunch here. My daughter added hers. We'll go out there and take a look at that in a minute. Has enlarged hers. All right. So stick around. I'm going to go over there and video hers a little bit, and then I got a special message following hers at the end of this that you need to take a look at. All right. So I'm over here at my daughter's garden plot. There's the one planter bed we put in last year. She's got shallots in it. She's put out all this heavy duty weed blocker out there, and then she's put a planter on the outside. She's got 4 of the wooden planters and then 4 of the IBC totes. Now she was only planning on putting in 6 planters, but I gave her one of the totes, so she put that one in, and then she added these 4 here out here. So actually she's got 5 IBC tote parts here, and she may take a couple more from over there when I cut those others in half and add it to it as well. Her husband's going to do this area here. He's got strawberries there, and I'm not sure, he's got rocks here marking what he's you can kind of see where he's already done his rows of planting stuff, so I'm not sure exactly what he's planting here, but he's planting there. They got Rhode Island red chickens and chicks in the garage with the heat lamp and stuff, but they're going to be coming back out here, so they got all the greenery that they let growing up in there that the chickens will be able to just go nuts on. And then she still has several of the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the other planter things here that she had used last year. Oh, and then those over there as well. So she's planning on expanding, but then she's also planning on just planting a bunch of squash, out in different areas, out down the rows, out there in the new orchard. After I get the other trees in, we'll be rototilling down the middle between the trees and planting squash and more corn out there as well. So like I said, I only planned to do it. We had only originally planned on doing a couple of, I just planned to use the 20 barrels over there, and they were only going to do a little bit here this year. But after what I found out about what's happening with the supply chain and with the vast number of processing plants, as of today it's 27, or at least as of last night it was 27 food production plants that have shut down. These are the big ones. So yeah, there is going to be a food shortage. So plant a garden. So normally I don't panic, and I'm not panicked, but I am highly concerned, and I'm taking steps to address those concerns. And I would encourage you to do the same. All right, so try to stay happy, stay informed, not fearful, get prepared, and I'll see you in the next video. And stay tuned and watch the special little clip I have coming up here. Tonight's topic is rather serious. We're into something a little bit more serious tonight. Not scary, serious. Let me go ahead and put this back up here. So for tonight, we're going to be talking about what is going on with the food banks. All right, so let's go over here and take a look at this video, and take a look at your watch when I start it until the time when the cars end. Okay, so we're going to start it here, and we're paying attention to these cars on the side. This is another lane. These cars are not empty. They're not parked. There are people in them. That's a line of traffic. All right, and he said he's already passed one sign saying, certain lane closed. So let me go ahead and start this here now, and I'm at 207 on here, and as you notice, as we come forward here, the speed limit sign is 55 miles an hour. All right, and watch all these cars that are going by as he's driving up here, and they're trying to figure out why all these cars are in a off on the side here in the right hand lane there, just in line for something. And he couldn't figure out what it was with what things were going on. And they get about halfway up here, and on the video he goes, "Isn't the food bank up here?" Or his wife goes, "Isn't the food bank up here?" And he goes, "Yeah, but that's up around the corner, up a ways away. They wouldn't be lined up for the food bank." Okay. So it's been a minute. So that's basically a mile. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're gonna have to stop for the signal here, though. And he paused the camera and started it again. Yeah, so you're looking at all these vehicles. Yeah, and the sign said "Food Pantry. Use right shoulder." And they're still going along. And there's the food bank.
Seeds and arrows.
It's kind of personally I find it really scary that
What state was that?
He says normally for this food bank, food pantry, whatever you want to call it, that the most he's ever seen cars in there is like 14 cars in the parking lot, most ever.